Now to another American import. Batman, the fighter of crime and climber of tall buildings, is back. Next month, a new feature film of his exploits opens in America to coincide with our hero's 50th anniversary. It stars Michael Keaton in the title role, Jack Nicholson as the Joker, and Kim Basinger as a beautiful photojournalist, Vicky Vale. The films helped restore the flagging fortunes of Pinewood Studios in Buckinghamshire, which were facing financial crisis. Newsroom South East has been given an exclusive preview of the £1.5 million set. This from our Gotham City reporter, Tasneem Siddiqui.
The figure of fun, a camp figure. He's been returned by Tim Burton, the director of this movie, to his earliest origins in the DC comics as a fairly heavy street fighter, almost a vigilante figure.
But there's no Robin this time round. I mean, how are people going to cope?
There's no Robin, and that's official. What happened there, I understand, was that DC Comics in America, in Washington, actually commissioned an opinion poll from the readers who said resoundingly they didn't want a Robin at all.
And they wanted romance instead, clearly, because
I don't know if they were consulted on this, but they certainly have got romance in this film. Now, Kim Basinger plays the girlfriend of Bruce Wayne being Batman's alter ego. She's someone who's determined throughout the film. It's almost a crusade for her to discover who Batman is. And they do have an affair. Shock horror.
We're trying to recreate the look of Gotham City, which is a mixture of New York gone wrong, if you like. Trying to give it a sort of foreboding look with the way that it's designed, with the dark alleyways, with the buildings, the height of the buildings. I mean, this set is meant to be 600 feet high.
What time was it actually set in? Because some of these cars and the buildings look quite old.
A mixture of elements here, you see. Again, it's indeterminate. This was the idea behind the design. You'll see here, for example, some shops. Now, these might make you think of what the Lower East Side of New York used to look like. These are the homely elements, the delis and the florists, which make people feel comfortable and contrast nicely with this brutal, large architecture.
And what's this coming up ahead, talking about large?
This is Gotham City Cathedral, which dominates the whole of the city. In the film, it looks like a building which is 1,000 feet tall, although what you're seeing here is only the base.
I would say that perhaps this is the biggest since we built the city of Alexander for the ill-fated Cleopatra.
Can you tell me what having Batman at Pinewood has meant for the studios?
Well, it meant everything at the time because our first hero, James Bond, had decided to take himself off and make his next film, as it was then, in Mexico. He walked out of the gate, as it were, and another hero, Batman, walked in.
You've talked about it being dark and savage, but is there much humour in it?
Oh yes, there's a lot of humour. There is this brutal architecture, but there's a lot of good humour. But a dark, absurd kind of humour, which is very much represented by the Joker himself, played by Jack Nicholson.